Okay, so I wanted to touch on this after seeing Neil just last Saturday for obviously the continuing historic run that I've had since 2022, March 31 of 2022 to be exact. The last day of the month, hangouts with a friend or more. Can't believe it's still going. I thought it was going to end at some point, and then God, it didn't. As Neil was actually going to be available too from the past month in April. So lucky me. Anyways, let me just kind of bring this up because from my second therapy session, I remember the therapist told me that he did not agree with my move, which is to avoid my entire friend circle for just for like a mental health break. And obviously because I've had a lot of frustrating moments, a lot of moody moments, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of clashes here and there. A lot of it was on me, so I wanted to touch on this because Neil and I hung out on Saturday, and we just did a simple trail, just off of Garden Grove, and next thing, I think we got to check out Arnold Cypress Park, the remodeled Arnold Cypress Park. I'm going to be playing there sometime this month, and as I got a long road trip coming up, that starts with Gridley Park, where I had a pretty damn impressive win. Finally got a win in Gridley Park, as I went on 13 straight now, if I'm counting correctly. 19 and 14 on the road, 39-23 overall. Whew, very impressive. Because I'm even surprised about hitting those three wing three-pointers. I thought I was gonna hit any, but once I got to that section, I actually hit my first three. Yeah, my first attempt was made it in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyways, so Neil and I hung out on Saturday, and there's some things that we talked about. And obviously, he also took therapy as well. I told him about taking therapy, and I just some solid conversations about what it's like and what we learned from it, and what had led to us going through therapy. Having to go through therapy, and just seeking other types of mental help. So I just wanted to bring that up because I get why the therapist is telling me to go back, but for my sake, I have a better understanding as to why he wanted me to reconnect with most of my friends. Now, as I did tell Neil, like after we did the trail, I think that when I start reconnecting with guys like him and Julio, who I'll be seeing this Thursday, unless something comes up, whether it's from me or whether it's from him, for the most part, we should be good. So the bottom line is, once I start reconnecting with some of my friends, then I think what will help for us to further establish and strengthen our friendships is just talking about experiences with mental health, right? Neil is one of them. I know before he told me he took therapy, so I think it helped us to strengthen our relationship as as close friends, even though we've done so much in the past. Now, as soon as I started taking therapy, the first friend I reconnected with was him. So yeah, we had some pretty solid conversations, and it really helped for me to strengthen my friendship with him. Not only that, but as a person as well. Now, obviously, it's one friend. I've yet to see, like I said, Julio's the next guy I'm going to see, and who knows who will be next after. You know what I'm saying? So, like, since I have started taking therapy, or started seeking mental help, I think this will help for me to further strengthen my friendships with other guys like Neil, Julio, whoever I have still. Mari. I mean, I haven't really talked about this with Mari. Well, I mean, she did ask me how many therapy sessions I have, but we just didn't have a deep down conversation about how we got here. I think she told me she took therapy before, but I got to check with her on that, double check. Because I at some point I think before she told me she took that, but yeah. So like I said, I think going forward, as I eventually start reconnecting with my entire friend circle. Now, like I said, I did have thoughts about wanting to go back, but if I do so, I don't want to start like immediately reconnecting with friends, like just immediately just going back, popping up on groups on the same old group chats, like, hey everyone, what's up, da, 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 da. And all of a sudden like talk to them again, like that. You know what I'm saying? Going back to regular routines. I'm not about to go there. I got to take it slowly, one step at a time. You know what I mean? So guys like Russ, Carlos, Abbas, Dewey, maybe even, I think those four guys, those main four who are very active in friendship engagement, or just flat out love being energetic, spirited, very talkative, which they all have in common, so I don't want to have to really go there yet, per se, because where I'm at with my my mental health, it's I'm still struggling, but I mean it's only 2 therapy sessions thus far, so for my sake, it is probably gonna have to take several for me to get better, and also for me to better establish, or say to further strengthen my friendships, developing our chemistry a lot better, with guys like Neil, guys like Julio, guys like maybe Anastasia. I know Anastasia is another one that told me that she took therapy, and I think she also made the suggestion to me about taking therapy and all that. Now I'm doing it, so I don't know if she's sub to me still, but if Anastasia listens to this video, at least she will know now. Like I've taken therapy, but who knows at this point. So guys like them, as far as with the other guys like Abbas, Russ, and Russ, Abbas, Carlos, those guys like that, I don't think there's gonna be any like strengthening our friendships, because my friendships with those guys, they're as good as they can get, right? So I won't have as much issue. Like there's gonna be no issues. I like I said, when I expressed my where my friendship is at with Abbas and Russ, I think guys like them, there's no need to quote unquote work things out, because my friendships with them from before are still gonna be the same, and they're strong as ever, because I've had the least flawed moments with these guys, and and I just thought I'd bring this up. So I will get back to my friend circle eventually, like just fully getting back, but I gotta take more than just 2 therapy sessions, maybe even seeing a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I don't know, anything more than just therapy at this point, because I know I got some worries I need to, or just like inside anger that I gotta cure. So anyways, cut it. This is all I want to express. Peace.